The return of supersonic travel is Concorde back. There are just two civil supersonic airliners that have ever entered regular service: the Soviet Tupolev Tu-144 and the British-French Concorde, which made its final flight in October 2003, more than 20 years ago. Both of these airliners were made by the United States of America. It was on March 22nd, 2024, that XB-1 became the first supersonic jet to take flight that was independently developed. This event paved the path for the reintroduction of supersonic travel on board Overture, Boom's sustainable supersonic airliner. Overture, in contrast to its predecessors, is intended to be economically and environmentally sustainable. It can transform supersonic flight from an experience that is solely available to a select few to a routine mode of transportation for millions of passengers all over the world. The sleek design of the Concorde, which was first flown for commercial purposes in 1976, was a representation of the future of aviation at the time. It would take the Concorde approximately 3 hours to get from London to New York City because it could travel at a speed that was more than double the speed of sound. Increased flight speeds brought with them the possibility of a more interconnected world. There is a possibility that Concorde was truly ahead of its time. When the supersonic aircraft entered service, the worldwide travel market was only 1/10 of what it is today. This meant that the supersonic aircraft did not have the efficiency benefits that modern aviation materials and technologies offer. The Concorde was an aircraft that was formed as a result of a rivalry between countries. In some ways, it was an aircraft that was built at any cost, which affected its economics and commercial appeal to airlines other than British Airways and Air France. A limited number of transatlantic trips were flown by Concorde for a total of 27 years during its service. In the end, the plane was shut down in 2003 due to the high expense of servicing and maintaining it, which resulted in ticket rates that were more expensive than they should have been. Only 20 Concorde aircraft were produced by the time its existence came to an end, with only 14 of them entering service. Even though Concorde was not economically or environmentally viable, it did offer a glimpse into the revolutionary possibilities that are connected with quicker flights. XB-1 informs Overture. At the Mojave Air and Spaceport in Mojave, California, on March 22, 2024, the XB-1, which was the world's first independently developed supersonic jet, took its maiden voyage. This event occurred 50 years after the initial launch. While Boom Chief Test Pilot Bill "Doc" Shoemaker was in charge of flying the XB-1, Test Pilot Tristan Geppetto Brandenburg was in charge of flying the T-38 Pursuit aircraft that was responsible for monitoring the XB-1 while it was in the air. Now that the XB-1 has completed its first flight, the team will proceed to increase the flight envelope methodically to validate its performance and handling attributes up to and beyond Mach 1. In addition, the Federal Aviation Administration (FAA) has only recently granted Boom a Special Flight Authorization (SFA) to exceed Mach 1, which is the first of its type. This SFA will make it possible for XB-1 to carry out supersonic operations in Mojave, more specifically in the Black Mountain Supersonic Corridor, and a portion of the high-altitude supersonic corridor within the R-2515 airspace. This airspace has been utilized extensively for research and military supersonic aeronautical operations. The world is getting closer to the reintroduction of commercial supersonic flight on board Overture as a result of the ongoing testing of Boom's supersonic demonstration aircraft. In addition to laying the groundwork for the design and development of Overture, the XB-1 program facilitates the establishment of a culture that prioritizes safety in engineering and manufacturing procedures. The following are some of the important technologies and advancements that XB-1 validates: augmented reality vision system, The high-resolution pilot display is fed by two cameras that are positioned on the nose of the aircraft. These cameras are digitally enhanced with attitude and flight path signals, which allows for good runway visibility. This technology makes it possible to improve aerodynamic efficiency without the need for a movable nose, which would add both weight and complexity. Digitally optimized aerodynamics. Computational fluid dynamics models were utilized by engineers in order to investigate thousands of different designs for the XB-1. The end result is a design that has been optimized to achieve a combination of safe and stable operation during takeoff and landing, combined with efficiency at supersonic speeds. Carbon fiber composites. The XB-1 is nearly entirely constructed out of carbon fiber composite materials. This will allow Boom to continue doing the test flights. The Boom can immediately close the carbon loop because both enterprises manufacture sustainable fuels from waste carbon dioxide using only renewable energy so that they can produce these fuels. A faster and more connected world. With Overture and the realization of sustainable supersonic air travel, there is an opportunity to leverage the speed and sustainability of the future generation to revolutionize how we communicate with one another, enjoy the world, and conduct business. Overture has the potential to make the world significantly more accessible by providing flights that are not only more economical, more convenient, and more environmentally friendly, but also to fly at a speed that is twice as fast as the speed of passenger airliners that are already in operation. If you could fly from Boston to Paris and back home in time to put your children into bed, consider the possibility of traveling from Tokyo to Seattle in 4.5 hours rather than 8. It takes slightly more than 4 hours to go from Los Angeles to Tahiti. Without having to give up full days for travel, the concept of a weekend trip can be expanded to include adventures in other countries. Imagine traveling from New York to London in 3 and 40 minutes and returning on the same day, or having an extra night at home before visiting Tokyo for meetings. The ability to travel at supersonic speeds has the potential to alter not only the places where we do business, but also the places where we go on vacation and even the people with whom we can fall in love. Boom's objective has always been to make the globe significantly more accessible, and one of its primary goals has always been to revolutionize travel by bringing cities, cultures, and people closer together, while also transforming global business and leisure travel. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe for more updates, and drop a comment with your thoughts below. We'd love to hear from you.